Damage. Treasure report to follow.
Who's your strange driver? Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, buddy? How are you, man?
Good, man. So I just was coming from Resource.
Okay.
Pulled up on the scene. So vehicle heading southbound didn't stop, struck him here.
Okay.
That driver self-extricated on
Okay.
the opposite side.
Perfect. Okay.
He really is
Cool.
just complaining
You wanna
of
go check
airbag
the guy
burns
down there?
and chest pain from
Okay.
the seatbelt.
Okay, cool. And now he's out walking around?
He's
Okay.
out, so-
Thanks for stopping, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
it. How you doing, partner?
My
Airbag
neck's
burns?
sore, my chest is sore.
Yeah.
And I got some scuffs up just on my arm.
Yeah, all that's from that airbag. That's going to get you, and it's going to feel a little bit worse as the day goes on. Obviously, you're up, you're walking around. Any numbness or tingling down in your legs, into your back, your neck, anywhere?
No, physically I'm fine. But
Okay.
I just want to make sure the story's that guy went through a red light.
And I understand, bud. For us, we're
Not
here
a red light,
medically.
a stop sign,
Yeah.
excuse me.
We want to make sure, medically speaking, that there's nothing that's going to stop you from going on about your day. You know what I mean?
My neck is
So-
stiff and I think I'll be all right. It's
Okay.
Just,
Do you feel the need to go to the hospital?
no.
Okay. Let us check your vitals and stuff like that, okay? Just make sure everything's working, okay?
I just came out of the turn over there, so I hadn't really picked up much speed. And then this car comes flying through the stop sign, and the police officer says that he went around people and just sheared into me. All the airbags deployed, and it could have been a lot worse.
He's ANO4.
Okay.
Doesn't want us.
I never said that.
Do you want us to check you out? How about if we get a set of vitals for you and stuff like that? Sound all right?
Right ahead, I'm not stopping you.
All right, perfect. You remember all the accident?
I was just driving straight, some guy hit me.
Okay. Probably be a good idea to take you into the hospital and get you checked out. All right?
What?
Well, because we don't know if you have any internal injuries.
Okay.
We don't know what's going on. You got pretty good damage to the car. And the thing
But I
is,
feel fine, so why
Well,
can I go to hospital?
here's the thing, partner. I can smell alcohol right now.
Okay.
And what that does is that covers any potential injuries. 99 on blood sugar.
Okay.
You understand? So your body doesn't quite feel
My name is Tiffany, and this is my Avivo story. When I first brought my little guy Noah home, I
things the way it should when you're under the influence of something. So we don't want to make a mistake and miss something. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay, good. No pain anywhere? I'm gonna take a look here at your chest. You're wearing your seatbelt?
Yes, sir.
Does that cause pain?
Nah.
No? Okay. How about over here? Pain?
Nah.
All right. Where were you coming from?
I was coming from some store and going home.
What store? It helps me understand if you're alert aware of what's going on, bud?
The store going home.
Okay. All right, partner, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have you stand up. We're gonna have you move over onto that gurney, okay? Easy, easy, easy.
Fine.
Nah, I would disagree with that. Almost. Have a seat, partner.
Turn around. Sit.
Good. Perfect. Right now, I'm just looking for anything that might point to some evidence of what happened. We got a pretty large pile of used Fireball, individual shooters there, a dozen or so, and then there's a bottle up here in the front. So, as it is now, it looks like alcohol played a role, but we'll leave that up to PD.
40-year-old male. He just finished out a seizure. He's in the parking lot. Probation. He's a probation client.
You have to be careful touching him or you can come up swinging.
Okay. I won't touch him until he responds.
How is his normal process? It's like once he's in this state, how long does it take him to get out? What's his reaction?
It can be 20 minutes or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he become combative in any way or hurt other
If you touch
people?
him.
If you touch him.
If you touch him.
Okay.
This is all leftovers from when he was in Iraq. Back when he was over in the war.
Okay. Okay.
So, he'd been in some pretty horrific accidents.
Hey, Zach.
His friends.
My name
And
is
was
Sergeant
stuck here,
Martinez.
and the rest of the guy's body was
Okay.
over there.
I'm a friendly, okay?
Zach, this is a friend.
Okay? So we'll just come back to the shade, okay? Thank you, Zach.
He's a friend,
Please come
Zach.
back to the shade.
Zach. He's a friend.
I'm a friend. Hey, I was
Yeah.
Does he come out?
No, slowly works his way out of it.
What do you see?
He'll start looking around like he's confused. You know what happened.
Okay.
The AO is clear, trust me. Okay? That's been searched. Hey, the AO is clear. You need to get covered in the shade, okay? Can you do that for me? I'm a friendly, Zach. I'm here to help you. Okay? Let's move back to the shade so we can give you some help, okay? Okay, let's move back to the shade.
There's a curve. Step up. Step up. There you go. That's Mom. That's Mom. Stay here with us. Here, stay here in the shade. Come back here in the shade.
You come in the shade, we'll let the medics check you out.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what he did last time.
You all right, man? Let's go in the safe.
He went real hard.
Nice work, man. Come sit with us. Right on, Gurney.
We had a gentleman who had a seizure, a stress-related seizure. He has a history of PTSD. He's coming into the probation office here, so he has a tremendous amount of stress. Also reacting as if he was in combat in Iraq, where he experienced some PTSD events. With these patients, we don't run into very often. Seizure patients we do, but not with the PTSD related, so it's very unique. And what we like to do is take it very slow, keep the patient calm, because we don't know how they would react. We're able to talk to him now. He's now alert and oriented, and now we're going to just follow up with him at the hospital due to the fact he may have bumped his head.
Ski resort up here for looks like our notes now. There's an 18-year-old now. He just has some kind of head injury, and we'll see what further information we have when we get there.
Combat activated.
Comm Center 325, copy. Tampa Bay 3K.
Oh, there?
8325.
You got a right shoulder. Dislocation, probably.
You definitely gotta get you to the hospital if you have some issues with your shoulder. So are you able to move your arm at all? Yeah, I got my phone, my cousin. Hurt, bro. Did you lose consciousness? Did you hit your head?
I mean, I wouldn't say lose conscious, but definitely in between the fall before I fell, I like shut my eyes. I wouldn't call that a blackout though.
Okay.
So, you know, I kind of closed my eyes.
Do you remember everything though, for the most part, you think?
I definitely remember everything.
Okay. We're gonna take this off. Take the board off. Alright. Do me a favor, slowly turn your head to the left towards me. Can I try and take your jacket off in this arm? And go look at some stuff. Alright, there we go.
You want to get this off too? If you can, if not, we can cut it.
You to us. If it's too uncomfortable, we'll do it.
Nah, this one, honestly, I don't want to risk like just cut this.
Okay, then go ahead and lay back, okay? We'll sit you up a little bit and we'll cut that off, all right?
That way, hopefully.
Well,
definitely keeping this though for a good time.
There you go.
Alright, scale 0 to 10. How bad is your pain right now?
Like I want to say 6,
Okay,
5.
bring your arm in, okay?
Alright, I'm gonna feel your arm here.
I don't know if you can ask somebody will.
A little swollen in here, yeah.
It's hard to say if it's a fracture for sure, but there's a little bit of swelling and some issues there. You definitely need an x-ray at least just to confirm.
You all want me to go by ambulance? It's up to you.
I can sit in the car, like I can stand and walk, but this is just, I know, like safety precautions.
And that's always an option.
If you'd rather get in a vehicle with your family and have them take you, that way you're closer to home and go to the hospital by your house.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
is it
up to
bad
you.
that I wait, like having like pressure maybe, like I like.
You need to go to the hospital, I'll tell you that for sure.
You need to go today.
So,
Damn, man, that freaking sucks, man. Like like the other guy said, the speed patrol, like, you shouldn't have said it's your last run. Because I said it is my last run right here.
That is one big thing I'm going to stick with. I want to tell you a little bit real quick. I used to ride motocross, and if it happens, it happens. Sometimes it's meant to be. But if you do 5, 6 runs and you say, I'm going to go one more time and just feel like it, that's a sign you're tired. You don't really have energy to get the full motion you want to do. Stop. Because if we did that, we're always feeling injured or something, and it's just not worth it. It's better to be safe. So he did kind of get shooken up a little bit. He did not hit his head enough to lose consciousness. He was able to remember the entire event. And he possibly dislocated his shoulder. It appeared to be a little more swollen than obviously the left side. And recommends he needed to go to the hospital, but he's 18, he was very good, alert-oriented, answered all questions. And he wanted to go to the hospital with family since he was out of the area.
They're saying multiple vehicles, one vehicle on top of the circle. Unknown if anybody's trapped.
Be careful on the freeway.
There's a lot of damage up there.
Jake, you want to check these first couple? I'll go check the far one. She's still in there? He's in 207 to 11. Upgrade this to major man and give us a copy CDEC 2. Sir, are you in this vehicle? Is it just you? Are you injured or not?
They're not.
Hello, ma'am. Were you the only one in this vehicle? Are you injured? Neck hurts? Okay. Still as you can. We'll be right with you, okay?
I'm gonna cut this airbag out of the way, buddy, so I can talk to you, okay? We're gonna do that. What we're gonna do, so you know, we're gonna use some tools and we're gonna cut that side of the car and we're gonna move you out on a board, all right? Where are you hurting? Lower back. Okay, did you lose any consciousness? I don't know. Okay, all right, all right.
Hey, what are we doing, boys? What do we need cut?
Yeah, let's do the backboard. So we'll just slide it over here, and when you're ready. We got one. All right.
Somebody take C-spine. There you go. Lay back. Let us lay back. Lay back. Hands across your chest. Yeah, buddy. Got the gurney? Yes. All right, buddy. Here we go. Ready? 2, 3.
Yeah, overall driver of the red vehicle is pretty lucky. Another foot of impingement from that rear vehicle, and it would have been much more sustained extrication. A lot of the injuries probably would have been much more severe. Probably wouldn't have been talking to us when we cut him out.
I saw brake lights here, so I swerved over, and I went into the other lane, hit my brakes a little. I didn't have time. I wasn't paying attention enough. I didn't have time to stop.
So we need another backboard over here.
You got legs. Right here. Coming down.
We got the patient extricated, ladder 201 extricated him out of this vehicle here that had the pickup on top of it. The young lady here in front is complaining of lower back pain. Both are going to go to a local trauma center, be there in a couple minutes. Both are conscious, alert, moving all extremities. So 10, 15 years ago, this probably would have been a fatality. With all the safety, the actions that they're coming out with vehicles now, with airbags, side airbags, curtain airbags, even just the way the cars were built. They were very fortunate they weren't hurt worse, but a lot of it had to do with
So we got dispatched to a motor vehicle accident. Outside of that, that's all we know at this point. So Skinker, the road it's on, is a pretty busy road during rush hour. So yeah, there's no telling what we'll have until we get there. Yeah, I sure hope. Yeah, it looks like this SUV hit the back of this bus. Looks like he took a pretty good smack. Truck 13's on the scene, 2-vehicle accident, checking for injuries. Truck 13 on stage.
And I've asked the city
How's,
to change this, and they.
How's people on the bus? Anybody hurt on the bus?
Nobody's on.
Okay.
Probably get it to drive the look, because I got a wheelchair passenger on the back, and he's going to need the.
Oh, to get out that way, right. The bus wouldn't move. And they're stuck on there. Yeah. Did you? So what it looks like, this driver, obviously in the back of the bus, he's got pinpoint view. So that's one of our suspicions right now. We need to get him some Narcan, see if it'll bring him around. Right now, we're breathing for him. The sats are coming back up. It's just a matter of we can get him to wake up from a possible opiate overdose. But from the looks of it, it doesn't look like he hit his brakes. So he may have been out before he even hit the back of this bus. Oh, there he goes. Relax, relax. Hey. Relax. All right. You're in a vehicle accident. You gave us quite a square, bud. Put your hands together. Hold your own hands. Fold them together. We're gonna help you get out through the back door. So what we had when we pulled up on the scene, we seen a SUV run into the back of this bus up here. We don't know the circumstance for sure, but at pinpoint pupils, you didn't see the bus, so we don't know if you maybe have overdosed and passed out prior to hit the bus. Just go straight back. There you go. But once we got him out, when the medic unit got here, we freed the cars off each other and were able to move them forward. This is a pretty main thoroughfare here, especially with rush hour traffic. So we got them both off the side, got the road open back up, and hopefully that guy will be all right. So go forward, yeah, put it, this is the main. No, don't go around the block, go cut through there. There's a bit. Oh. Yeah, that's all right.
So we got a call for a 20-year-old male who fell. Looks like he's going to be inside this store here. We don't really have a lot of information besides that, but we're going to go in here and see what's going on.
Looks like he was doing some ladder work.
Five.
You get knocked out?
I was fixing the door, the thing just, I took the screw off, and the metal hit me behind.
That thing hit him?
Yeah.
You got a pretty good cut on your face. Can you open your eyes up?
No.
When you fell, or is just the thing sticking out the way?
Is there
We're gonna help you stand.
Okay. Hey, see this here? Open one of your eyes. Stand up for me. Just have a seat right there. So it sounds like we got a male patient. He was actually working on this mechanism here to open the door. One of the parts came out and hit him in the eye there. He's got a pretty good laceration on his nose. Sounds like it knocked him back and he actually got knocked out. So we're gonna get him over to the hospital and get him fixed up.
We're working on the automatic door.
Yes, sir.
And took a big old metal off and swung it at you, or the door popped open.
So I was taking out the screw that holds. You know that thing that opens the door?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was taking off the screw. I didn't know that thing was gonna have pressure because I'm replacing the whole. It broke, so I'm replacing the whole thing, and I didn't know it was gonna have pressure. And once the screw came out, the thing just came flying in my face.
Can you open this eye for me?
Hell no.
Just as much as you can. I need to see if your eye got hit.
That's I can see.
You can see out of it?
Half.
I thought those piercings in your whip at first was something. Boy, that scared the hell out of me. Yeah, I was like,
How's your guys' been going?
Pretty good, pretty good. Not as exciting as yours, though. How long have you been working on doors?
I'm the manager or
Well, what we can do, since you're not really wanting to open up that left eye anyways, is we can wrap it up.
Okay.
And we'll just kind of put the wrap over top of that eye too, since you're not opening it up.
Yes, sir.
That way you don't gotta keep holding that.
Thank you, sir.
And you can just kind of relax.
Okay.
Yeah, you did a pretty good number on yourself, man.
Sure.
Yeah. And you did look like you scratched that eye too, so that eye's probably... Can you lift your head up a little bit for me? There we go, perfect.
Thanks for cleaning me up.
Yeah, I try. You want me to throw this little t-shirt rag out?
Yeah, please.
We found the gentleman sitting in a stool. He had a 3 or 4 centimeter laceration across his nose that kind of went into his eye. It didn't look like there was much of a cut to his eye, more of maybe a corneal abrasion or just some debris in the eye. But his eye did look really irritated and inflamed, so we went ahead and put a bandage on the nose and then also kind of wrapped that eye up to prevent him from opening it up and looking around.
About a 2-year-old locked in a Hyundai, eating sunscreen. The things they will eat. Yummy. Is it banana boat, hopefully? Something coconutty. Should be a right-hand turn right here. Oh yeah, PV's down there. We probably park right here, Dina.
what's going on?
He's still locked in there. He's still got the bottle. She's saying he drinks.
He's having fun with sunblock, and I almost had a heart attack.
Mom's main
Thank
concern
you
is,
for coming.
is that he snacked on a bunch of that
Just
sunblock.
drank the whole bottle of sunblock. Poison Control said that sunblock not
Okay.
poisonous.
Okay.
If anything, it'll just upset his stomach, and that they're going to call back in an hour to see how he's doing.
Okay.
They said just keep an eye on his behavior.
Put a little bend in the half, about half of it.
Now my back window is UV protected.
Got it?
Yay! I'll take that.
Whoa. Hey. Hi. How you doing? Yeah. There we go. Nice.
You're going to be okay.
And so he's acting like you normally should and things like that?
He said stuck.
Oh, he's stuck.
Stuck. You were stuck. He knows 10 words and one of them is stuck.
All right.
Stuck.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
So
you so
how's
much.
he doing? How much?
Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
So we got information saying that he was eating the actual
Yeah.
sunblock. Hasn't eaten much of it at all.
Yeah, he ate about half of that too.
He's moving around. He's really active, which is always a good thing to see because he's not unconscious. Doesn't look like he's starting to
fall asleep or looking drowsy, so it gives us a better suspicion as to, okay, he may be all right, and he's acting normal.
Yeah, he's acting normal, so.
Can I get a high five?
He's a fireman.
High five? Okay, that works too. Can I have a high five?
He's showing your fire truck.
Go. If for any reason it becomes more than just an upset stomach, just give us a call back, all right?
Thank you so much. I almost had a heart attack because I thought it was poisonous, so I thought he was locked in there.
I was gonna say, usually it's something like that. It gives absorption in the skin and to the body a little bit, so it'd be.
High five. They saved your life. They saved your life, so thank you.
He was eating some of his sunblock, which is not something that we normally ask for them to eat. Or like kids are gonna be kids sometime. Ready to go.
He's a future firefighter.
Ring the bell, I gotta ring the bell.
There you go. You look great. Ultimately, he's doing good. We already made sure poison control was called because that's another concern. As long as nothing else is going on, let him stay with mommy and let him go about his day.
Thank you so much for coming so fast. All right. Thank you. Bye. Thank you so much.
We're on scene for alarm at a high school. Nothing visible. We're investigating.
We believe there may have been someone smoking.
Oh, yeah. We walked in, we got a heavy smell of reefer over here, so we're investigating.
Oh, cigarillo? Yeah, somebody making a blunt or something.
Yeah, using the wrapper.
How can we tell which was the smoke detector that set it off?
That's a good. It's crazy how it went off even for just that.
The giggle.
Right, I know. He can't focus on nothing.
You got hot Cheetos in
Fire dispatch in 5-6. Can you check with Digitizer for reset, please?
I know there's alarms in the dressing room.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely felt like it was more up here in the front. Someone's trying to find the smoke detector that went off so we can have it reset. Yeah, so they're blinking green, right? I can't see that setting that off though. That one's red. So where are they at back here then? Thank you. Yep, it's this one right here that went off. Yeah, there's your cigarillo.
There you go. That's where they were smoking.
Can't believe kids are doing anything like that.
Do you guys have a camera system?
They're in
around your school?
recording mode because now. If they're recording, you can hear who was talking. So we found out the source of our smell. They did smoke some marijuana. All right, we're definitely having pizza tonight. Oh, hey, it is Medic 10.
Hi, Medic 10.
So came in as an alarm, investigated, found no fire at all. We got the alarm reset. And it's more funny now. You know, what those high school kids do these days. There it is, right there. It's ripping. Put your lights on. Go, 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 go. Yeah, we definitely got a fire here. We got visible smoke. We're going to a confirmed structure fire. We got visible smoke. The second alarm, I'm not sure what it is. It's definitely a 2.5-story wood frame. Go right up here. Get up, right on the sidewalk, over here. Good, stop.
I need EMS now. Get him over there. Let's go.
Can we go around the other side? No, get that line over here. Watch that vinyl.
Two so far. 1 and 2. I got multiple others. I'll advise you as soon as I can.
Any birds or just jump injuries?
2 jump injuries. 2 jump injuries, maybe a third.
That's gas. So it's a propane tank? All right.
And right now, Rescue 2 and all companies are conducting a primary search. There was some victims pulled out earlier. So right now we're trying to complete that and make sure everybody's out of the building before we go into any further operations as well. So it's a pretty aggressive offensive attack.
Heavy fire on all floors from when it got here. 4 people jumping. I have serious injuries, traumatic injuries. It's a real cold day here, so things are freezing up too. You can see that white smoke up there. That's because it's really cold. Not because we're getting water on it. It flashed over just on the guys right now. So we're going to see what we can do to make some headway on it. Pretty intense, but that's what we do. So let's pray for the people who are around.
While we were up on the third floor doing a primary search, the fire ended up blasting over on us. That's where all the smoke and superheated gases hit the optimal temperature, and then it all just ignites. So it's a big fireball. It pushed us down the stairs, lit up right over our heads. Right now we're doing an exterior operation, darkening down some of the fire so we can go back in and mop up. It's out now? All right. Everybody all right? Yeah, we're good. Primary searches on all floors are negative at this time. We're in the process of overhaul, trying to open up, find all the hot spots so we don't come back for a rekindle. Fire investigators on scene. He'll do his investigation and determine what the cause was.
We got a run outside, overdose. Where are they at? They're in a car right now. Okay.
Yeah, we just driving and all of a sudden he just went out.
What are you OD on?
Shit, I know he be snorting heroin, fentanyl and heroin.
Fentanyl and heroin?
Yeah, I don't know if he had any now, but because he just picked me up. But like I said, she stopped the light and he went out.
Right.
I didn't know if I could make it to the hospital. So shit, close the spot.
Yeah. Back here in the back?
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
Get this arm. Oh, careful. We got his body. We got his head. I got his head right here. What do you got, guys? Overdose. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Valley on the way down. Yeah.
Engine 24 calling fire alarm.
24.
Put us out on the company special. Overdose at the firehouse, 5245 Natural Bridge, civilian.
That's for overdose at the firehouse, civilian.
We were awoken to a knock on our firehouse door. A car pulled up and an individual inside the car had overdosed on heroin. Or what we now know is, I believe, fentanyl.
Breathing.
We're breathing for him right now.
He was making noise like he was trying to gas for earth.
Yeah. Upside down.
How long did he take that? How long did he take it?
How long ago? Yeah.
He just picked me up like no longer than 10 minutes.
Destroy that fire.
5 minutes to get my last round in.
Has it been 5?
Put it on. Still not responding at all.
He's not responding right now, so we're doing that. So we're putting oxygen into his lungs for him. Did the cops leave?
Yeah. They weren't dispatched. There we go. Let him go, let him go.
Hey,
That oxygen will blow up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good, man, you're
I
good.
just ain't want him to get the swinging because he came out of shock.
Well, I know that's what's
going on.
It happens. He doesn't know where he's at, but yeah, we got him. Take care of him.
What the you overdosed, man.
You
Yeah,
breathing
overdose.
You gave him 2 doses of Narcan.
Most calls we have already had our dispatcher assess what's going on. We get a bit of information, we have a time for response, and we're kind of ready for it. But the other thing is that we are based in a community, and people seek our help no matter where we are. And tonight they knew where the firehouse was, and I'm glad they knew where the firehouse was because he was definitely unconscious and needed some medical attention.
Hey guys, I'm Matt Eisman from Live Rescue. Subscribe to A&E for more videos and catch full episodes on aetv.com.
Ambulance emergency, tell me exactly what's happened.
Emergency ambulance. Emergency. Tell me exactly what's happened.
When the most serious emergencies strike, the ambulance has 8 minutes to respond.
I'm going to, sir, I'm going to tell you what to do, right?
With 999 calls doubling in London over the past 10 years.
I'm not asking if you're an atheist, I'm asking, do you want an ambulance?
In the control centre, every single one needs a split-second decision. Who needs an ambulance quickest?
It's so critical that we try and cut him down. It's the only way that we're going to be able to try and save his life.
And who must wait?
And I'm an ambulance, please.
Kathleen, the ambulance will not be coming to you tonight, Kathleen. Kathleen?
From the moment a call comes in.
It's been stabbed in the stomach.
Looking for any ambulance for a 16-year-old who's had her hands slashed by a machete.
Another stabbing?
Crews race to save lives.
Seconds feel like minutes, minutes feel like hours when you're waiting for an ambulance.
My name's Peter, all right? We're going to look after you. We're going to give some very, very strong pain medicines.
We've got a 94-year-old female who's fallen. I need to know if he's breathing or not. It's really important.
He's as drunk as 1,000 people.
The NHS is under unprecedented pressure.
There was a hanging, there was a 4-year-old that's fallen 20 foot, and now we've got another double stabbing.
You're the Queen of England. So why have you dialed 999?
As London grows by over 100,000 people a year.
You've overdosed, fella. You've overdosed.
Ambulances are struggling to keep up. The situation is now critical.
Someone's taken my Echo 231 for something else.
Another cardiac arrest, another deceased.
Please, God, be an ambulance. Be an ambulance.
This is the story behind the sirens. Through the eyes of the London Ambulance Service.
Did you see what you were shot with? A shotgun?
I think essentially we should say that she's gone. It's time to stop.
Sometimes it's just not easy. But you go on to your next job. Because there's somebody else that you can help.
Oh, London has woken up. Here we go.
One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, my love, I'm going to tell you how to give him mouth to mouth, okay?
Okay.
Just do 2 breaths, and then once you've done the breaths, we're going to go back to the compressions, okay?
Wednesday morning in the London Ambulance Control Centre, and today is a normal day.
I believe you're having some chest tightness and coughing from inhaling bathroom bleach, is that correct?
The 75-strong team on shift have been at work for 2 hours.
Yeah, it's ticking over. You know, we get very experienced very quickly in here of getting a rough gauge of what sort of day you're going to have.
I need to know if he's breathing or not. It's really important.
Across London there's probably 50 attempted suicides, around 50 drug overdoses a day, 70 road traffic collisions, lots of elderly fallers. Cardiac arrests, average in London is 28.
And I'm organising help for you now, so just stay on the line. I'll tell you exactly what to do next, okay?
Yeah, all is reasonable so far.
I think my father might have had a little bit of a stroke. His speech is gone, and his face is sloping to one side.
5,000 calls will come in today. But with only 386 crews at their disposal, the split-second decisions they have to make can have ongoing consequences across the city. And for the patient, mean the difference between life and death.
Okay, baby's out. Okay, so just remember the baby will be slippery. Don't let it drop. Girl or boy? Girl. Congratulations. You delivered your own baby.
In the east, the Red One, the most urgent of calls, is in progress.
Tell me exactly what's happened.
I've just got up and my brother's slumped in the chair. He suffers with emphysema and can't even wake him.
Is he breathing?
No.
Ambulance crews, Scott and Andy are closest, and they've just become free.
Right. Oh, Red One. Oh, Red One. Cardiac arrest.
999 mode activated.
Are you right by him now?
It's cold as anything.
And it's not...
Now this is fun. I get to moderate Q&A with 3 really smart and funny people. So we'll have a good time here for the next 45 minutes. We have some really good questions on the live feed, but we have a mic up, I think right up there somewhere. We have a couple mics. If people have questions and want to just walk on down, and we'll kind of alternate between the live feed and people with questions. Yesterday in my talk, I had the slide that said "Make Fat Great Again," and then here's the hat that wasn't in my bag: "Make Healthcare Great Again." I think that's why you guys are here. There's probably, 15 different medical fields here, and patients and educators. So all of us together, hopefully, will make healthcare great again. This isn't a political statement. This is medicine. All right, on we go. Okay, and we'll try to kind of mix these up. David, if you had to write BioDiet today, what's something new that you'd include and something you'd leave out?
See, I kind of when you're in the creative process, you're open to those things. Once you've finished, like the film we're going to watch tonight, then everything is perfect. The reason I enjoy this is it's always a learning experience. It's a continuing learning experience. So even some of the things that I've learned over the last 2 days, I would include some references to those. If I was going to leave something out, we left a lot out. It was originally about 1,200 pages that we honed down to about 230 pages to make it consumable. So I'd like to kind of think that we took out all of the stuff that maybe would make people's eyes roll back in their heads if we were talking too much science to make it more approachable. So I'm going to take a pass on the second one, but on the first one, again, I think always learning and always being open to learn is an important part of the process. We're never finished doing science. We're always continually doing science.
Good. Ivor, would coronary neovascularization be similar to diabetic neovascularization in the retinal arteries of diabetics?
Yeah, I'd say broadly speaking, yes. Neovascularization responds to signals of distress generally, where vascularization is needed to bring in various blood components. So I guess that diabetic eye is certainly suffering in many ways, and it would be a similar analogous situation.
And Eric, this one was good. For the people eating one meal a day, what does that meal look like?
I'm glad I have the easy ones. One meal.
Throw you a softball.
They really need to be nutrient dense, and shellfish would be awesome. I think eggs are really, really good. Not 45, but maybe 4 to 5. And then I do recommend mixed greens. I don't really like spinach too much because of the oxalates. And so, honestly, just between you and me and the four walls, I have all my greens in one sitting. It's basically probably 7 to 9 cups. And it's not that hard. I cut it down, I eat that. So you have the greens. I have avocado. I like beef. I like different forms of beef, hamburger, grass-fed, grass-finished. Eggs, and then the greens. And I do a lot of fish for trace minerals and the omega-3 fatty acids. So if you take a look at a plate, half the plate should be like maybe greens and stuff, and then half protein, or a corner of it would be protein and then fat. But the fat and protein are usually together.
And one more for Eric. This is a good question. What should carnivores supplement to do the best nutritionally? Or do they need to? Should they?
I think it's going to be difficult to get certain things, but you could definitely get the zinc and the B12, but potassium might be a difficult thing unless you consume a massive amount. I don't know how they're getting the potassium. So if you substitute with potassium, probably magnesium, and also you're going to get, if you do like liver and things like that, you'll get the B vitamins, all the B vitamins, vitamin C and folate. But realize that your body does make folate, and it makes biotin as well if you have. But the problem is a lot of people are doing carnivore and they already have digestive issues. It's compromising. So they might not be making all these vitamins. So they might need to take some nutritional yeast to get the B vitamins. But I think that the vitamin C would be important. Yeah, that would be it, and the minerals.
People, feel free to come up to either of these aisles if you have questions. We'll get you a mic. Ivor, why drugs that raise HDL have been a failure, in your opinion?
Yeah, so the CETP inhibitors. So I think what's important with HDL is HDL efflux capacity, which is essentially HDL functionality. And an amazing human study they did in 2015, they got a whole range of people. They got their HDL, and in a laboratory assay, a brand new one, they tested the ability of each person's HDL to efflux cholesterol out of macrophage. So they found their HDL functionality level. and then they followed them for many years. And lower HDL people had 30% more heart events, which you'd expect because lower HDL indicates it's not so functional. But the people with the lowest HDL functionality, which was measured in the lab, had 70% more events. So it's stressed that HDL functionality is the important thing. So when they go and they use chemical cattle prods, I think I've heard it said, to force HDL to go up and LDL to go down, you know, you're trying to mirror something, but you're not mirroring it at all. You're not improving HDL functionality. All you're doing is pushing the deck chairs around on the Titanic. So I think they were quite naive with the mechanism.